Every country, of course, as we know, has its own uniqueness. But you see, just over a decade ago, you would not have even heard of the little country of Qatar. Today, its capital city of Doha has transformed itself into a world-class city. So in this episode of FTD Facts, we're bringing you some surprising facts about Qatar that you may or may not have known. How's everybody doing? My name is Leroy Kenton, and this is FTD Facts, the channel where we give you facts about everything from different countries and cultures to religions to science. And in this episode, we're looking at Qatar. Finally, we have a dedicated video about Qatar. We're going to go into some of the history and everything. So it's going to be an exciting episode, guys. And before I get into this video, letting you know that at the end, we're going to be doing some fan shout outs. So you want to watch the video till the end to see if you're featured at the end of this episode. Okay, so let's start off with the facts. Let's begin with a little bit of background on Qatar. Qatar, which is officially known as the State of Qatar, is a sovereign country located in Western Asia. Following Ottoman rule, Qatar became a British protectorate in the early 20th century until gaining independence in 1971. However, Qatar has been ruled by the House of Thani since the early 19th century. Sheikh Jassim bin Mohammed Al Thani was the founder of the State of Qatar. Today, Qatar is a hereditary monarchy, and its head of state is Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. Now, as I mentioned, Qatar is a pretty small country, but when we look at the population, how many people actually live in Qatar? From the latest numbers in early 2017, the population of Qatar was 2.6 million people. And that ranks it at 422nd in the world based on the population by country. And when we break down that number, it's 313,000 Qatar citizens, and there's 2.3 temporary residents of Qatar. Now, when we explore the total land area of Qatar, it's 11,610 square kilometers. That's roughly 4,483 square miles. Doha is the capital city of Qatar, and it's also the biggest city. Doha's total population is 344,939 people. Now, when we travel to downtown Doha, near the waterfront, we see tons of parks, as well as the Corniche Promenade. On a man-made island, we also see the Museum of Islamic Art that has a massive art collection from different places all across the Muslim world. Over 60% of the residents in Qatar actually live in Doha, the capital city, and the population density of Doha is pretty high. Like, according to the latest numbers, it's 221.3 people per square kilometer. But when you look at the total population density of Qatar in general, Qatar is at 221.3 people per square kilometers, and its population density has increased from 7.4 people per square kilometer in the year 1967 all the way to 221.3 people per square kilometer, and it's growing at an average annual of 7.25%. Okay, guys, so I grew up speaking English, and to some people, I may be pronouncing the word Qatar a bit differently than you are. But you see, all of the different pronunciations of Qatar, you would say, are correct, right? The word Qatar can be pronounced in several different ways. And some of the common ways of pronouncing it are Qatar, and then there's Qatar, 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 and Qatar. Really, when you go to different parts of the world, people pronounce it differently, but they're all correct, okay? And people in Qatar don't seem to mind. I don't hear them really complaining about the pronunciation, so they're all acceptable ways to pronounce it. So yeah, that wasn't really a fact, just kind of just some fun information. And also, I don't want to hear in the comment section, Leroy, you're pronouncing Qatar wrong. Yeah, I know sometimes my pronunciation sucks, guys. I get it, okay? Okay, so moving on, let's talk about the cities and districts in Qatar. The cities and districts are generally named after their geographical features. For instance, Doha means roundness, and it reflects the rounded bays that categorize Qatar's coastlines. Gualina means mother of Gulen, and Gulen is a kind of shrub that grows in that area. And also there's Umslai Ali, which means mother of rocks. If you ever visit Qatar, you'll probably notice that their weekend system operates differently. It's not Saturday and Sunday like here in North America and other parts of the world, but actually it falls on Friday and Saturday. So you can expect stores to be closed on Friday morning in observance of the afternoon prayer. When it comes to eating food in Qatar, so Qatar isn't the source of most of their food production. Actually, 92% of its food is imported. And the countries that they mainly import food from are countries nearby like Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and Syria. And you know, some of Qatar's cuisine dates back to a few millennia. One of Qatar's most popular dishes is a pretty simple dish. It's haris made from wheat. It dates back to the 10th century, and it's documented in the Arabic text called the Cooking Book. There are even many claims and evidence of haris being a dish eaten during the time of the Prophet Muhammad in the 6th century. One thing also to know about Qatar is probably one of the most common facts, though, is that petrol is extremely cheap, guys. Since Qatar has the highest GDP per capita in the world, as well as being the biggest exporter of liquid gas in the world, the country's oil and gas revenues are a huge contributing factor to its GDP. So of course, for the local people, gas prices are super cheap, and I mean, you can fill up a tank of gas for 50 Qatari riyal. And currently, one Qatari riyal is worth 27 cents in US dollars. Another thing to note about the culture in Qatar is that most women from other Gulf countries say that they prefer Qatari men. The Qatari men are supposed to be gentle, romantic, and more caring. Now, I just had to throw this fact in here because recently the 2018 FIFA World Cup wrapped up, but guess which country is hosting the next World Cup in 2022? Yeah, Qatar. It will be the first Middle Eastern country to host the FIFA tournament. Now, due to the intense heat of the summers there, the World Cup won't be held in June or July as usual, but it would actually be held in November to December instead. Now, there are major preparations happening in the country, including 9 new stadiums being constructed right now. And did you know that Qatar is also the safest country in the world? Like, there was an article in the Telegraph that quoted that Qatar is the least likeliest country in the world to be struck by a natural disaster. So like the most that happened in Qatar in recent years are aftershocks of earthquakes in neighboring countries, as well as they had some sandstorms. But pretty much you go to Qatar, it's like a paradise. You don't really have to worry about anything. Okay, now the last set of facts about Qatar that I want to share with you is about the tallest building. Did you know that the tallest building in the world was going to be in Qatar until the project got cancelled? It was supposed to be a 1,808 feet tower in Doha, and it was set to become one of the world's tallest buildings. But there was just one problem. It was so tall that officials worried that it would make it tough for pilots landing and taking off from the new airport. Construction was halted until Doha's new airport was finished, until the project was abruptly cancelled anyways. Alright guys, so those were your facts about the country of Qatar. Let me know what you learned new or any other information that you know about Qatar. I definitely want to hear in the comment section down below. And before I wrap up this video, gotta keep my word, I gotta feature some of you guys. Tons of you sent in photos. And here we have the Himanshu 1. And he sent in a photo on Instagram taking a selfie in a mirror. He says, "Hey, I'm Himanshu. I'm a big fan of FTD Facts. I watch every video and your videos are really awesome." Like really, we have like, I think over 400 videos on our channel right now. You've watched all of them? How many hours is that? This is dedication right here, guys. Okay, so now I'm gonna probably kill your name, but I gotta read this up close. This is prasannakumar.I. I guess I pronounced it. Oh, that's a cool place. He says, "I really love your videos." I don't know which one you are in this picture, but he says, "Giving us a lot of information. Thank you. And I'm from India." Oh, of course you're from India, because that building in the background just looks awesome. I love the architecture on that. And here we have Leonid Divanov III. You guys probably love my pronunciations of your names. Oh my God, I'm so sorry if I killed your name. Anyways, he says, "Hello Leroy, I'd like to be featured in one of your videos. What are the requirements?" So this is the actual only requirement. Just follow me on Instagram, send me a photo along with a message, that's it. And I'm gonna feature you in an upcoming episode. I promise I'm gonna get to as many of you as possible. So yeah, this guy's looking like some sort of supermodel. Like, okay, all right, I want to know which country you're watching FTD Facts from. Okay guys, so I look forward to any other comments and messages that you're going to be sending me. I love featuring you guys. It's just one of my ways to give back to you for being so awesome and supporting this channel. Qatar is definitely a significant power in the Arab world. And you see, for its size, Qatar wields disproportionate influence in the world and has been identified as a middle power. In international relations, a middle power is a sovereign state that is not a superpower nor a great power, but still has large or moderate influence in international recognition. Alright guys, so if you're looking to learn more about the different countries and cultures all around our world, we have a playlist dedicated to specific countries where you can learn more about their history and culture. Don't forget to subscribe if this is your first time here and tune into FTD Facts every single week for new videos.